We're back with Richard Lyons of Columbia Gorge Paranormal, and before the break, I was asking you, what's the community's response, and how long did you say you've actually been doing this here?
We've been doing it for 3 years here in the Columbia Gorge, and I did it for a few years before that in Alabama with Alabama Paranormal.
Okay. So when people found out that you were doing this here, what was their response? Were they like, "Oh, we need that," or were they like, "What?"
I said to my wife back when I first considered starting my own group out here, I said that we were going to get one of two responses from the public. It was either going to be, "Wow, where have you been all this time, and we've got all these stories to tell you," or it was going to be, "What are you, crazy?" And people were going to give us weird looks and stuff like that. But it's been amazing, the support we've gotten from the local community. We're based out of White Salmon, and the White Salmon community has kind of accepted us with open arms. It's really been great.
Nice.
We get a lot of people telling us, all sorts of stories. And I was talking with my wife about it the other day, and when we first started the group and we started, got the website up and running and got online, we walked into a local restaurant, and one of the guys was like, "Aren't you that ghost hunter guy?" And I said, "Yeah." And he was like, "Well, you need to go see my grandmother's place. She's got something going on there." And it's really been interesting. We've gotten tons and tons of positive comments. It's really been great.
Good. Well, it's definitely interesting to learn about. So let's actually talk about some of the places you've checked out.
Okay.
I mean, there's quite a few, but let's start with, for instance, the Lyle Hotel. You guys were there.
Yeah, we've done some of the better known places we've done. We've done the Lyle Hotel in Lyle, Washington. We've done the Logs Restaurant in Beasy Corners, Washington. We did the historic home, the Red House in Goldendale.
Yes.
We've done the Wind River Cellars Winery. We've done lots of private homes in the area. We've got a couple of ones that are coming up. We're getting ready to schedule the Columbia Gorge Hotel. We're getting ready to schedule, hopefully, the Dallas Civic Auditorium. There's a lot of places that have contacted us.
Those will be cool.
Yeah, it'd be great.
Yeah. So what's some of the stuff that you found at those places that you've been to?
Probably, I like to tell both sides of the story. For instance, Lyle Hotel was probably one of the most active places we've ever been to. The claims there were incredible.
Really?
They were under the impression that they were haunted by multiple ghosts, and one was a man in the basement that had been seen by several different people who work at the hotel, and one of them was, they called her the rocking chair woman in the upstairs, and they said they would see her rocking in the rocking chair. People would hear her singing lullabies and things like that. They said some guests would check out in the middle of the night and say, "I'm not staying in that room anymore,"
Really?
And that kind of stuff. So we went in, listened to the claims, did some looking around the place, figured out where we were going to set up our equipment, and then we went in and did some investigating. They basically gave us the entire hotel for a whole night. There were no guests staying there. It was really amazing. We're very thankful to the Lyle Hotel for having us. And we got some amazing stuff.
Did you actually
capture
some ghosts?
We captured some amazing things on audio. We didn't catch any video there, but we caught a lot of audio and had a lot of personal experiences there. But one of the best pieces of audio I play for people is we went up into one of the rooms, I believe it was room 7 or room 9, where there's a rocking chair, and people claim to see this woman sitting in the rocking chair. And myself and a gentleman who was with us part-time was on the team. We went up into that room probably around 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock at night, and we were using a thermal imaging camera, and we were filming the room. And I said, "Hey, put your camera on the rocking chair." And he puts his camera on the rocking chair, and I said, kind of to the air, "Can you make the rocking chair move?" And of course nothing happened, and we left. Upon going over the footage afterwards on the 2 recorders in the room, we captured an answer to the question. I asked, "Can you make the rocking chair move?" And you can hear a woman's voice say "back and forth" as an answer to my question, "Can you make the rocking chair move?" And there were no women up there, so it was really kind of unique.
And is it very distinctive?
Oh, it's very distinct. It's extremely distinct. You can hear it very well. She's kind of in the background. She just says "back and forth." What's really interesting, upon looking at the tape after hearing that, we found that you can actually hear her humming or singing in the background as we enter the room. We didn't hear it at the time. That's what's known as an EVP, electronic voice phenomenon.
Okay.
And we don't hear them at the time, but when you go through the tape, a lot of times EVPs are there. And when we went back over the digital audio, it was there.
So what are these experiences? I mean, are they I mean, what's your
my take
on
on
that?
it may be different than a lot of people's take. You know, I come at it from the scientific standpoint that, you know, there has to be some explainable phenomenon here. There had to be something there for us to pick it up on multiple recorders, you know, and for us not to hear it. What it is, we're not really sure. That's part of the reason we do what we do. We figure the more times we document it, the more times we capture things like this, the more we'll learn to understand what it is.
Okay.
You know, a lot of people say that this is ghosts, you know, of people who have passed away, and you know, the whole idea of energy is not created nor destroyed. It's always transformed, you know. So what happens when you die?
Yeah.
I don't know. Then there are the theories, you know, like I've even heard scientists like Stephen Hawking talk about, you know, string theory and the multiple universe theory, and that we're picking up on echoes from another timeline or something. Who knows? The idea here is that it's more to document it. Our job is to document it and bring it to light so that people realize they're not crazy and they are experiencing something, and you know, when these things happen, it's real.
Yeah. Do you find that when you are able to actually, I guess, capture what somebody's been saying, maybe to a loved one or something, or a friend about them, and you know, it's fallen on deaf ears essentially, and now you've captured, are they sort of like,
yeah, well,
okay.
What's interesting is we get called in by people who are obviously already experiencing things. And the people call us in because they want to know basically a couple of things. They want to know, hey, am I crazy? You know, they don't think they're crazy. You know, is this real? And when you play for someone something that they've experienced, it's an affirmation for them. It's like, yes, that's exactly what's been happening. Thank you. Someone else now has experienced it and caught it. And a lot of times just that alone makes the homeowner or the business owner feel more at ease and better, that yes, this is something real.
Wow. Well, I want to see some of your gadgets and tools and stuff that you use to do this with, so we'll do that when we come back from the break. You guys will be right back.